this is it. The final round of the Forgotten Championship, and one you don't wanna miss. For this last round, we come back where everything started, at the big kart Rozzano in Rozzano, near Milan. I will be sporting our official signs, like the Spirit Racing flag, the Veneto flag, and some new gears, like the one with all the racing pilot that raced in the first Spirit Racing, the one race between 1983 and 1985. And also the new signs with the Plan C on it. Doesn't really have a meaning to exist, but it's just funny. I prepared it for Rome, but I kinda forgot to show it. Also decided to create this sign also, for saying thank you to this championship and to all the people that makes it a reality. All the guys and girls that saw during these videos, like Marco, Manuela, Lou, Nico, Fabrizio, Christian, Nadir, Francesco, Valerio, but also all the other people that unfortunately wasn't able to caught on camera, like Dennis, Gaetano, Simone, Raul, Stefano, and honestly too many to name them all.
Sì, ma ci saranno cambi per l'anno prossimo. Non so se
Sì,
è vero,
c'è già la notizia,
sì, è vero.
Quello è vero?
C'è già la notizia. No, che lo vuoi da me? No, io sono ancora in alto mare per la squadra.
Cioè, gli hanno fatto un'offerta monetaria stratosferica che non ha potuto rifiutare, quindi niente, cioè il nostro pilota di punta, il nostro inossidabile unicorno, cioè
come ti senti? Scusa.
Distrutto.
Io ho detto vabbè, la classica cazzata dei 3 punti.
No, faremo come ha fatto Carlos quando aveva fatto la McLaren, quando ha dato Carlos alla Ferrari, gli diremo trattato solo bene, per favore.
In the meantime, some familiar faces showed up.
Oh, il grande acquisto! Ciao!
Buonasera a lei,
Ciao!
signore che non ho mai visto prima.
Esatto, chi è lei? Non lo so. Oh, chi si vede? Buonasera.
Buonasera, non abbiamo visto in tempo la sua bandiera, se no la battevamo.
Ma porca troia, i poteri forti mi hanno fatto stare da lì a qua, stronzi.
Giusto.
I poteri forti.
Giusto.
No, è giusto.
As I said before, the circuit we're racing today is the big kart Rozzano, only on the reverse configuration, which will be a change for the Club des Mills in Turin. Unfortunately, just some days before the race in Piedmont's most famous city, the track alerted us that the race couldn't go on, so we needed to find a substitute, and fast. Thanks to the great organization of We Race, we were able to get the race up and running in Lombardy. And racing for the Spirit today, there will be 3 other guides, Michele, Andrea, and Francesco. Let's also talk about the results of the first season of Spirit Racing, and also the standings before the last race of this championship. In this season we saw some highs and some lows. The biggest highs were probably the pole position in Milan at our first race, and 2 second places in both Modena and Rome. These results were all thanks to our locals, which raced for this team in sad occasions. Race-wise, our best result were 2 P9s, one in Milan and the other in Rome. But we also saw some great fights during these races, like the one in Padua, where we fight our way from P12 all the way to point-paying positions. As for the standings, Arrows has always been at the top. If I remember correctly, they never lose a position, winning the first 2 races and coming in second in the other 3. And coming in the grand final, they basically have one hand already on the trophy. Another 2 great teams were Andrea Moda and Zaxpid, always in fight for the second position. Now, as Andrea Moda could still win the title, even if he has a very small chance, the fight for second is still very open, with 3 points dividing the 2 teams.
Prego signor Quagliato, prego
che succede?
Gomiti.
Ok. Eia!
After that, Corti Forse decided to give them some lessons about the Piedmont language.
La francese. Ti cadono alcune parole.
Fasci?
No! No!
Aspetta, allora.
Alla francese, alla fasci.
Allora,
noi oggi siamo qua per dare lezioni.
Fascina e bese.
Fakit.
Chi te muove?
Fakit naide.
Fakit nabie.
Fakit na. Ma se schizzici nabie, perché hai scritto? Avete pazienza.
E cosa vuol dire? Secondo te, vagamente.
Fa così schifo. Questa cosa che ti dà una cosa più forte.
Non mi distraga gentilmente, è già difficile così. Qua mi pare un cruciverba.
Già non avevo capito cosa è il tuo. Abbiamo anche quello. Doveva passare il tempo.
C'è proprio un cazzo da fare,
Sono molto perso, ragazzi. Dopo un anno
Nico?
così.
Vieni
No,
qua
vi
anche
prego,
tu.
vi prego, vi
no,
prego, aiuto.
sono me,
No,
lui.
basta piemontesi, cosa c'è? È uno, due, tre, tutti, ma
Tu sai leggerlo.
Io non so piemontese, io so veneto. Quella bandiera non è abbastanza. Quella bandiera non è abbastanza.
perdonami, guarda, mi dispiace. Tra Repubblica Marinare ci capiamo.
È
però-
giusto.
Siamo a Torino, quindi si parla torinese. Per me siamo a Torino, per me quella finale continua a essere a Torino.
Senti, parlo francese un pochino, parlo inglese, parlo italiano, io sta roba non so che cosa sia, sono in forte difficoltà.
Fa che ti basti.
Ah, ma
Vieni
quindi
che
quello
so-
che cacchio è?
Ti sto solo insegnando il piemontese.
Arrivo.
We're at the end of the season, and so we had to give away some trophies before the race starts. And to my surprise, I wasn't going to be left out.
Diciamo individuale, ma riuscito a mettere insieme una squadra in modo eccellente. Premiamo dunque col premio fan Matteo Quagliato. La tua taglia, l'onorevole Scemi, che cosa fa la tua taglia? L. Abbiamo una L? Va bene. Una maglia del campionato dimenticato. 24.
Bravo Matteo, bravo.
Grande maglia, ti voglio carico, bravo. Poi ti faremo avere anche una locandina. Più una che non c'è. Comunque, poi l'anno scorso avevamo premiato anche mister o miss dal muretto. L'anno scorso ha vinto Vanessa.
Ma io
non so se
corro con
uno di
questa,
voi
cioè io me la
Vanessa
metto
che avremmo
sopra.
per premiare. Dai, vieni, dobbiamo fare il passaggio di consegna. L'altra maglietta. Allora,
Guarda.
e allora la
Io corro così. Io corro così. No, è ufficiale, io corro così.
Fan of the Year, a prize given to the people that believe the most in the championship. Incredibly honored to get this prize. After all the races and after all it went down, I am so happy to be given this. After a very fast briefing, obviously interrupted by the Polenta March team, with a flute. Alright, I guess. Okay, I think we played around just enough time. It's time to hit the track for the first time for the pre-qualifiers.
Bocca al lupo.
Grazie.
Il tempo chiamiamo al 7° minuto, box.
Sì.
Hai un orologio qualcuno?
No. Ve la vedete voi?
Aspetta che devo andare giù.
Qualcuno?
And so, with our flag watching over us, passing through the garage of the stint board team, we hit the track for the first time in this Milan night. Yeah, it's kind of becoming a tradition to span out at the first corner of the first session of every race, apparently. Also, you probably already noticed that the recording problems I had in Rome were also affecting this video. Terribly sorry for this, it won't happen again. Come on, Matt, 50 and more videos and you still do shit like this? Unfortunately, a pretty underwhelming sessions. Try to understand the track, also trying to remember the first time I got there. Unfortunately, the reverse configuration didn't help me with that much. So for this, I didn't really understand a lot of this track. I don't particularly like this track, as you probably saw from my other video of the ranking of every track I raced. So yeah, it's now time to get off our cart and give it to my teammate.
Com'è andata? Bene. Ok.
After the pre-qualifying, it's now time for the qualifying, where Andrea, which was the fastest of us in the pre-qualifying, was going to test the time for our team in the Q1. And after his greatest effort, he was able to get a P14 out of 17. We have quite a lot of work to do from here, but it's not over until it's over. And so, without wasting any more time for making up so a very short pre-qualifying session, we'll jump over to the race start in this very moment. We are on the grid for the last checks. After that, the race can start. Go, 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 go! The grand final starts now! And we don't get a great start like we did in Padua. We even lose a position at the first corner. The group starts to fly away. We need to keep our head down and try to close the gap to the one ahead of us. On this very technical part of the track, where we reach this double left-hander, this is not really a great part for overtaking. And then we reach the back straight of the track. If we were brave enough, we could get some overtake done at the next corner. This is not really a great part for overtaking. I wanna play it safe for this first part of the race though. Oh, but this guy pushes me off, and two other cars passes me on the inside. This is a nightmare scenario for us. As we reach the second to last turn of the track, probably the most important one, and also one where we spun out a lot in the rainy first round of the championship. We're in a tight group, but I wanna play it safe for these first laps. I see an opening and whoa! Yeah, apparently someone literally decided to not use their brakes, and I think I made it pretty clear how I felt about that. Probably 30 centimeters ahead, and I would have been in the grass too. This, obviously, started a safety car period, which actually, we didn't really get to see the safety car all that much this year. For this, we started going quite slow for quite some time, and the entire group got bunched up together. This could be a big opportunity for us, as we could get back some position we lost at the start. And so 3 laps later, as we do the last turn, we will get back to race mode and start to chase down the one ahead of us. Tough condition in this part of the track. As we cruise through the back straight of the track, we set our sight to this guy ahead of us, our next target for the race, and apparently he's not going all that much faster than us. We could even try something as the second to last turn, the big U-turn. He does a way wider trajectory than me, and he also goes a little bit onto the grass. He didn't lose all that much time, unfortunately. A new lap starts, and as we approach turn 1, we get closer, but we get it all crossed up, and we go wide at this corner. We'll try to get it back in the first technical part of the circuit. Pretty difficult section, but thanks to some tight lines, we'll manage to close the distance on the straight. Here we are not able to catch him as we're going the same speed, but coming to the braking zone, he slides off onto the track. We gain something, but not all that much unfortunately, and we lose basically all the advantage we had at the 4th to last turn. Very not liking this track, but maybe there's a possibility. Corti Forze, after coming back onto the race, after their incredibly big shunt at the second lap, managed to overtake us and start to chase down the one we're catching. This is a big opportunity. We could use all the fight in the race, do a double overtake and get 2 positions at the price of 1. The Master Squad immediately starts to do what he's supposed to, but after 2 laps of chasing, he still didn't make a move. He will have a big opportunity at the end of this straight, and he does took it, but he slides and goes wide. Black Helmet goes on the inside and get back completion. What a fight it's forming in this race. He will have another opportunity on the U-turn, but decides to follow as the other guy goes wide again. Christian Martufi, the one on the Corti Force team, uses this opportunity to get side by side with him, who will come out on top after his first turn. It will be Christian, but the other guy has something to say and does the good old switchback. On to turn 2, they're still neck and neck, but the yellow team has the line advantage and gets the position before the straight. Absolute cinema, absolute cinema. Now it's our time to do the same, and we are attached to him, even more than before. We get on the small straight that leads to the U-turn. I go with my usual line, and he goes wide again, starting to think that he's doing this on purpose, but I'm not arguing. He is wasting a lot of time every lap with this move. We get on the first turn, and I follow him like a shadow. We get back on the second part of the race, and once again I'm very close to him. I also tried something on the inside, but his water is much more fast at the exit of this turn. There are some parts of the circuit where I'm faster, but also other ones where he's faster. And so we're stuck in this weird limbo where I can't overtake him. And we'll continue like this for quite some laps actually. But now it seems like he's grown tired, and I feel faster than him. We could have a serious possibility of an overtake. And as he goes wide at the next turn, I go on the inside. He's still there and has the advantage. But oh, there's someone else here that uses our fight to get ahead of me. No, this was not part of the plan. This scrambled every plan I had for this fight. I will try to get them back. I do a tighter line than the two of them. I go on the inside. He squeezes me off onto the grass, so I go on the inside of the next turn and I get back the position from him. That's not the end though. He's still very close to me. A new lap starts, and we reach turn 1 as I go wide by mistake, and this allows him to get back the position from me. I continue to try to stay attacked to him and consequently the other guy as well, but it was the end of my stint, so I came back to the pit to give the car to Francesco.
Hanno ammazzato la Porti, madonna. Hanno ammazzato la Porti forse. Oh, un poco cosa?
Hai capito chi era?
Boh, non lo so. Ma guarda, oh, se ero 20 cm più avanti ammazzava pure me. Cioè. Corti! Tutto bene? Madonna.
Eri tu sul kart che era proprio...
No, io ero subito dietro, 20 cm più avanti.
Things started to go by as they were nothing, but they were quite troublesome, and not only for us.
Vai! Ah! Cosa ho fatto?
Troppo forte in difesa, ragazzi, dovete andare piano, rischiamo di farci male noi.
Porco! Io!
Oggi stiamo andando penalità solo per le entrate sul forte.
Ma avete un'entrata di pit che è bella da fare così in velocità. Capite?
Però noi rischiamo di farci male, ragazzi. Ci teniamo ai piedi.
Perdonate, avete ragione. Come sono andato? Bene! Siamo settimi. Mi ho superato un po', Sembra di sì.
And also, in my free time, I decided to cheer up the Cortiforce team a little.
Dov'è? A Corti! Ho fatto come Vettel! Ho fatto come Vettel!
Ho fatto come in pista!
Ma questo qua le botte proprio le vuole fare.
Cos'è che avreste combinato? Allora, innanzitutto qui abbiamo giurato la Wikipedia banalmente, cioè elaborazione grafica 0, meno 2 punti per creatività.
Non avevo tempo!
Io non avevo tempo, non avevi voglia che...
Non è vero!
Apprezzo molto il fatto che le cose siano state fatte scrivendo così a mano, è buono, tutto qua almeno nella scrittura non è stata usata l'intelligenza artificiale.
Ma figurati, niente intelligenza artificiale, nada, niente.
Cioè magari l'hai fatta scrivere l'intelligenza artificiale, ma almeno hai avuto il buon cuore di scriverle poi a mano.
No, tutto questo è dalla mia mano. Ti assicuro, te lo giuro su di lei.
Sì,
te lo
la
giuro su di lei.
Cazzo, bel modo per liberarsi dalla madre.
No!
Bene, bravi. Mettetelo giusto al primo posto che è quello che non vedrete.
Ok.
And so, here we are, the last stint of the Campionato Dimenticato 2025. The end of what has been an incredible adventure. And we start with a penalty. Great. And so here we are, the last stint of the race, the last stint of the entire championship. We must make it a good one, and we come out just behind of the Corti Force team. What an incredible way to end this championship. The two teams that fought so hard, basically clashing every race, fighting for position, with no obstacle like tires or rain between them. Just pure pace and abilities. And for now, it seems like she grew quite a big lead over us. Our objective now is to reel them in, to try and have a fighting chance. Leaving the straight and heading to the most technical part of the circuit now, as we gain quite a lot of time in these two corners. Small straight up ahead, and then we reach the most important corner out of them all. This is a make or break for a good lap time on this circuit, and we gain quite a lot of time here. Almost making contact with Manuela. We reach the main straight, and let's see if we can do something on turn 1. We're a bit far away, but we almost come into contact again. We reach into the straight, and this time we're a lot closer than before. She's pulling away, but we can do something in this position. He goes a little bit wider than me, I go a little bit on the inside. No luck unfortunately here, so we continue to follow. She'll make a mistake sooner or later. Kinda like she did on the lap before this, and as we reach a corner we go a little bit more on the inside. The overtake is almost right there, but she gets on the power quite earlier than us and jumps away on the main straight. She goes defensive onto turn 1, but this opens the door on the inside. We're neck and neck onto turn 2, try to switch back onto 3, but she closes the door quite aggressively also, if I can say. And once again she flews away onto the back straight, and we actually cut a little bit of the fight, because this goes on for more than 10 laps. And we've now got back to the chase, where we've reached our back marker. Now this could be a great opportunity for us, but it could also be a great opportunity for her, as back markers on this channel also created quite a lot of trouble. Let's see if we can make it over there right away, but no luck here. But this was an error. They flew away on the back straight. Manuela doesn't waste any time, and at the turn after the straight immediately overtakes the back marker as he goes wide. We try to do the same. We go on the inside at the next turn. He slightly closed the door, but we made the pass on a really small portion of asphalt. And so after this little inconvenience, we resume the fight. New lap, same fight. And we'll use the same strategy we use up to this point. Stay behind there, in striking distance, and overtake her at the best possible times. And let's see if this is the moment that could settle us in upper position as we navigate the twisty turns of this first part of the circuit. And here she loses the back end a bit. Once again on the back straight, she watches over her shoulder. This means we're threatening, we're scary, and we're very close to her. Last sector of the circuit, another twisty one, and another very important. Unfortunately, we get a very bad exit. You can hear my frustration as we continue this cat and mouse game. Even though I'm quite far away, I think I can do it. I think the overtake is possible, even though she continued to have quite the lead over us. But we don't back down, and we continue to stay consistent, or at least we try, as we always did. Once again on the back straight, and it's the same old story. Even though we're quite far away, we don't lose time. Still quite far away, but here at the next turn we gain quite a lot of ground over her. We're a little bit far away than the other laps. 4 turns before the end of the lap, and now we're quite a lot closer. She follows the racing line and go quite on the outside. We lift the foot earlier, we rotate our kart on the inside. And with this move, the Corti Force boss will get behind us, and honestly, she won't put up a fight afterward, except some back markers, and the guys in first position overtaking me. Not much happened. If you're curious to see the whole race though, there's another video on my channel with a full onboard of the race. But for now, let's just pull into the pits and give our cars to our teammates to end the race.
Due così, due così. Ciao.
Ciao! Cioè,
Niente.
ti vedo stufo?
Beh, quello sì. Hai tenuto dietro quello con la tuta blu, eh? La Corti. Era la Corti.
Grande.
And as the last lap of these incredible Euros races comes to an end, we are greeted with an immense surprise.
Fai tipo capirucci. Ma quello che fuma là?
Ha sceso tipo fumato.
And after this incredible surprise, it is official. The KT Arrows are the forgotten champions of 2025, and now the celebrations can commence.
Oh!
Vabbè, quagliato giro di pista?
Dai,
Andiamo.
dai.
La facciamo tutta?
Sì, vai.
Abbiamo duellato tutto l'anno.
Ma cazzo, davvero?
Questo l'hai infarto molto prima, lo sai?
Porca troia, sì, me la son vista davanti, madonna, cioè. Capisci, sono già stanco. Sono già stanco. Beh. Fermi! Che cazzo? Ma no! Si sta. Vabbè, dai, famo.
6.5 hours later.
Mi date un passaggio!
Aiuto! Andiamo a campi? Andiamo a campi. Dai, andiamo a campi.
Ho corso troppo all'inizio.
Che figa, sono morto. 2 ore e mezza di gara, nessun problema. Che a vacca.
Yeah, long story short, we came back to the pits by again cutting the grass near the main straight. So let's get back to the important stuff. In the main race, Zach takes P3, San Bembo Aragons takes P2, and DKT Arrows takes the top star of the podium and the championship with it.
Oggi in curva 1 Austin uguale. E non vado che non sapevo questo. Tutto bene?
In the creativity, Corti Force take a P3, Sim take a P2, and March, on the top of the podium, also becomes the creativity champions of 2025. Oh, almost forgot to say, our finishing position at the end of the race was a P11. basically mimicking the same result we have in Pavia. Not the best position, but we still gain places, and this is still a very big achievement. Let's also see the final standings of this championship. Arrows literally dominated, never letting go of that first spot. The top 5 also remained unchanged after the last race, but other than that, the entire standing shuffled around. As for us, unfortunately, we lost the confrontation with the Corti Force, although we managed to defeat them in the race. The point in the creativity trophy let them slip away from our hands. Let's also quickly watch the results of this championship. Started on a high in the first race, with a pole and a P9 finish, then a couple of bad results in Modena and Pavia, to then put our Civil back on its tracks with a great race in Padua, with an incredibly fierce fight for the points paying position. Points continued to come in Rome with a P9 finish and a P3 in the creativity podium, after ending in this race being so close to the points. Unfortunately, too many penalties forced us to take a P11. And so, that's the end of the championship. Thank you very much for following my adventure in this championship for its entirety. And I'm looking forward to start it over again in 2026. Goodbye.
Campionato dimenticato.